This is Theoretical Thrills, the podcast where three hosts pitch original theoretical rides and attractions based on things they don't own. A special guest judge awards bronze, silver, or gold based on three separate categories: most creative, most practical, and guest's favorite. With bragging rights on the line, the hosts will try to pick each other's ideas apart through gentle ribbing. So sit back, relax, and stand clear of the moving doors as we present Theoretical Thrills.
Theoretical Thrills, the theory of the thrill.
Oh boy!
In 3, 2, fun!
Hi, welcome to Theoretical Thrills. I'm your host, Brad.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Debo.
Devin Roth is our guest today for a special episode of Bob's Burgers. Chris, you may have noticed, is replacing Oliver today. Oliver is stuck at work now that apparently COVID's, they're curing it. Work's starting back up, so he is on set. So we brought in Chris from our Animaniacs episode.
I will be your Oliver for today.
And in that voice for the
he
rest
is our
of the
Oliver
show.
today. And any points he earns today will go towards Oliver. So with that out of the way, Devo, thank you so much for being our guest
guys.
today on Theoretical Thrills for Bob's Burger.
I love it.
So the first question we always ask is, what is your connection with our topic today? What is your connection with Bob's Burgers?
Well, my connection with Bob's Burgers is I was the character designer for the show from seasons 1 till seasons 4, 5, something like that, until I left the show to go and pursue other types of goals and things that I wanted to do in my career. So yeah, I worked on Bob since the very beginning of the show, before it was, not before, but when the pilot was made, that was done. And then I was called in to kind of help design all the characters to kind of what it is now on the network. So I did most of the secondary characters. So all of the, like Jimmy Pesto, Andy and Ollie, any side character, you name it, I've probably designed. All of the Marshmallow, all the weird characters. I think every character that might be somewhat weird or ridiculous, I've touched in one.
I wanted to ask about character designer, especially when you're doing the secondary characters. Is it based off, you design the characters based off the original, artists' designs off the main characters? Is that how that works?
Yeah, so the original designs of the characters were designed by this street artist in San Francisco named Jay Howell. And I think if you guys have seen a show called Sanjay and Craig on Nickelodeon, that is more directly taken from his style, from his natural street art style. But Bob's is a little bit more kind of constructed in the way that Fox likes to make their shows, as far as kind of staying within the boundaries of how The Simpsons were designed or how Family Guy is designed. And they kind of brand themselves in this one-stop shop of all of our shows kind of have the same sort of tone and feel. So the main character designer, who is a good buddy of mine, and he just passed away recently. He basically took the characters from the pilot and designed the main family. And so he had a kind of set of rules and whatnot, as far as how the characters should look and what you should and shouldn't do. So I kind of just have to follow that sort of guidelines and find some sort of happy medium between what I deem as a really cool, interesting, funny design and what he views it. So it's kind of just this really cool collaboration of figuring that out and then showing it to Lauren, the show creator, and seeing if he's cool with that, that approach. But most of the time we only have, scripts to go off of as far as character descriptions on certain characters. And I kind of have to just, randomly come up with whatever I think fits the voice of the whatever the character is being described as.
Sure.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I can do stick figures.
It had to start somewhere, man.
The shading for these stick figures, though, guys. Mwah.
That's better than I can do. I can't even do stick figures.
So you're definitely connected with Bob's Burgers. What is your connection with theme parks?
Oh, what my relation with theme parks, as far as like how I feel about them, I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I think I'm more of a scaredy cat though when it comes to like roller coaster theme parks and that sort of thing. I'm more of a chill, hang out at Disneyland. Let's see if I can put up the courage to jump on the big roller coaster and do that. But I'm
You
chill
and I
with
are
all the
alike.
other. Yeah,
And Oliver is in that boat too.
I'm definitely not the one to go for jump at it when it comes to heights and adrenaline junkie type of stuff. But yeah, I think
so more the dark ride haunted mansion site.
Well, I definitely I wanted to build a theme park when I was a kid in my backyard. I was a huge Jurassic Park fan growing up, and when that Jurassic Park ride came out at Universal Studios, that was the ride I really wanted to be on. And just seeing all the pictures that were being teased of wow, I feel like I'm actually in the world of Jurassic Park, and just me loving dinosaurs and that sort of thing. I thought that spoke to me as far as my memory of a really good theme park experience and remembering something that meant a lot to me. But funny story about that is my dad knew I was a huge fan of that theme park ride, and he took me there once when I was a little kid, but it's just kind of just this like interesting story where we were in a parking lot and we saw it was Feibel's Playland, I think was something that they had there at the time in California. And the Feibel's Playland was on top of this parking structure, and me and my dad had seen these dudes or something like that climb up this scaffolding and get up into the park. And and my dad just thought, hey, he was curious and let's go see where those kids went. And we ended up going and climbing up there, not really knowing where we were. And we ended up being at the park, inside of the park. So
you snuck into the park?
Yeah, we snuck into the park. So because my dad just wanted to walk there and just show me downtown, Universal downtown, whatever it's called. And but I think this little adventure kind of called to him, and he brought me along, and we ended up going there. But the morals that he was trying to teach me were, okay, we did something kind of here. So I think what you should do, we'll walk around a little bit. We're not going to go on any rides though. So it was a big tease to go to the Jurassic Park ride and hang out there in front of the ride, but not actually be able to go there and ride it. It was the biggest heartbreaking thing. But I still laugh at it. That's the only somewhat breaking the law type of thing that my dad ever got me involved in. But it was fun that we got to do something interesting like that with my dad and kind of feel that.
That's funny.
Feel that adventure.
That's amazing. Respect that you implemented a self form of punishment. I respect that.
Well, just like your adventure into the theme park, we are going to let you look at a bunch of rides and not let you ride any of them. And you get to judge them based off of that. Ooh, segue. Okay. So we are going to pitch some rides to you. Our order today, judged by the spinning wheel beforehand, is Spencer's going to be going first, Chris is going to go second, and I'm going to go third. But before we get started, Spencer, would you like to remind us of the categories that we'll be focusing on today?
I sure would. The 3 categories are going to be creativity, which is something that just feels creative, something different, unique, something that is, for lack of a better word, creative. Practicality, which is something that feels like it could fit in a theme park, like at this day, like it's not creating anything brand new. It's something that kind of has a structure that's already in place. And the third category is guest favorite, which, Devo, for you, that is any of these ideas or any of these concepts, whatever floats your boat, whatever tickles your fancy, whatever flies your hairs, whatever the case may be, that is this category.
Flies your hairs?
I'm trying to do a new one each week.
This is the only hair I have left.
Whatever hugs your hair. Whatever hugs your hair. Let's do that.
Still not a phrase people use, but okay.
You know, I'm just trying to change it up every week.
Creative to describe creative. So with that, Spencer, take it away.
Well, I prepared very much for Bob's Burgers because, as for those who are listening or for those who are watching, I am wearing a yellow and blue combination, a jean-inspired wardrobe, also a jean-inspired haircut, I would say as well. And I've got my Bob's Burgers cookbook, so we're gonna dive into my 3 pitches. That being said,
that's your normal clothes.
I know, but like,
I've seen you wear that shirt outside, Spencer.
I know. I mean, I
Gene
wear
was
these
designed
shirts.
after him.
Yeah, look at me. I mean, come on. I am Gene. I was Gene once for Halloween. Actually, quick side note. I was Gene once for Halloween, and I went to this Halloween party, and in the lobby, there was someone dressed as Bob, and I had no idea who this was, and I literally walked in and just went, "Dad?" And then the whole night was just us walking around, like, being Gene and Bob the whole night. It was so funny.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
so
All right, your
pitch
pitches.
number one. Pitch number one, what else but starting out with the very beginning of the show, one of the early episodes with Hamburger Dinner Theater. But I'm going to do Hamburger Dinner Theater Bar and Grill. So this is a bar, grill, and dinner theater, and you can choose from delicious alcoholic beverages like, of course, the Swanky Panky, or other non-alcoholic beverages like Boys and Berry for now, and of course a wide array of menu items, including, of course, these clever-based pun burgers, as we know from the show. But I came up with some new ones that I do not believe were episodes on the show or in this cookbook. I had the episodes, the burgers of Eggternal Sunny Side Up the Spotless Mind, Jurassic Parm, and of course, Curiosity Killed the Ketchup. So those are different burger puns, you know, that you can get here. But of course, a dinner theater wouldn't be complete without a review-style show, so in this case, it's Gene's Greatest Hits, featuring many of the classic hits written by Gene on his piano, including classics like Furs and The Fart Song, among many others. So this is a classic Hamburger Dinner Theater themed to Bob's Burgers with classic pun-based drinks, pun-based burgers, and of course, Gene's Greatest Hits. That is pitch number one.
So, all right. Before you go on your next pitch, Dio, do you have any questions before we jump in? We like to give our guests the first dibs, just in case.
I thought that was pretty solid. Guys, because there are a lot of little details in there that I think are definitely working together, especially the elements with Gene. And obviously the pun-based burgers for me are always a win, especially the Jurassic Parm one was solid. And I think that story I told at the beginning obviously led into me liking something like that.
So my question, Spencer, is this is a dinner theater type show. So is it like you go in, you get seated at a specific time, and then dinner served, or is it like Desert Grill at Busch Gardens or one of the theme parks where the show's going on, there's a stage, but you can go and get food and then sit down and watch the show. And if the show's not going on, you can still go and get food and just sit down and eat in this cafeteria type area.
Correct. It's the latter. It's the idea is that throughout the day there are show times posted like, 1:15, 2:30, 3:45. But other than that, because of the pun-based items, that is one of the reasons why I love Bob's Burgers so much. You can go anytime and order these new classics, these new creative ideas. But it also incorporates the show when there are show times that you can go to, which is why it's a review style element.
And my other question is, why is this going to be at Knott's Berry Farm? It just doesn't seem like their type of park. But if you're having a boysenberry thing, I'm pretty sure it has to be at Knott's Berry
Yeah,
Farm.
no one else
Easily.
is allowed to have boysenberry but Knott's. I'm pretty sure that's in the
Well,
rules.
Because they genetically modified the boysenberry or whatever. They created the boysenberry.
Mm-hmm.
But
They did, yes.
But it's for now. So it's not forever. It's just for now.
Well, this could be
Just kidding.
an interpark collaboration, Brad. Knott's supplies the boysenberries, and it has
And
to
gets
be
a little bit of a kickback.
yeah.
Well, that could be a little bit of the advertising aspect of it, is having the boysenberries as part of the meals, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's all Knott's Berry does. Boysenberry.
Yeah.
All right, what's your second pitch?
My second pitch is BYORE, also known as Build Your Own Rabbit Ear Station. So how this is, it's in this workshop. Guests can build their very own set of rabbit ears. It's similar like to a Build-A-Bear experience or an Animation Academy experience. Guests can use fabric, markers, and more to create their very own custom-made rabbit ears. And that's it.
Can you choose any different type of color? Yeah, you could choose any fabric, any color.
Yeah.
So,
And there's going to be like molds. So like if you're like me and you can't make anything to save your life as far as actual designs, I can be like, I want a blue set of rabbit ears, and there's like a mold. Someone will help me kind of make it into the.
There'll be
rabbit
like
shape.
pre-made ones that you could try it on and see
Yeah.
if this one fits your head or whatever.
Yeah,
so more like
there's-
a Build-A-Bear than an animation studio.
Yeah, I was thinking Animation Academy in the sense of like, you know how you can go and draw. They show you how to draw the different characters, and they have a certain
Right.
character each time, and you can take that picture with you. That's kind of what not the drawing aspect, but like
Draw
the
bunny ears.
the interactive aspect. Of
Are they?
it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are they 2D? Or are they actually hats with stuff?
No, they're actual hats.
Like fabric hats, right?
Oh.
Yeah, think of it more as
Like
Build-A-Bear
Louise's
and not
hat.
as the animation. It's the idea of the animation was that because you can draw, there's someone showing you how to do it, and you can take it with you. So I
Oh, I
thought of the
see.
idea of like someone's there to help you make it if you want it. If
Do
you
you
want
have
the
those
help to make it.
You have those machines like they have at Build-A-Bear, where you gotta like then also like kiss the heart and say a little prayer and spin around in circles and stuff it into the ear, and then
It's instead of a heart, it's like the bone inside the ear. It's
Yeah.
just-
a little drum. It could be a little drum.
yes,
'cause it's an
perfect.
eardrum.
I like it.
That is a good idea though, because it does remind me of going to Disneyland and getting the ears that are all the same, but they have different pieces of flair that are
yeah.
kind of like
Mhm.
attached to it, different colored.
I mean,
like,
getting it
bows for
embroidered.
Minnie, or getting
Yeah.
it embroidered.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
I could
that.
definitely seeing people wanting to get embroidered bunny ears.
I like that they feel more keepable, like permanent, than if it was just like, because I feel like if it was going to be like the Artist Academy, if you went more that route, I feel like they're more like paper or cardboard, and it's like
That's
and
why
I'm
I got
sure it's-
confused when he said Artist
like-
Academy. I was like, 2D? What is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. It was
Like-
more of the
like the
guiding
Disney
you in
kids
making
crafts
it.
things that they have at like Epcot and stuff, where you can like color this bunny ears here, and we'll cut them out. All right, there you go.
And then they
I
like
think
get
the
destroyed
ears-
2 minutes later.
I think the ears are definitely the most like popular pieces of merchandise, definitely from the show. I think people always want those ears, so I feel like that would be something obviously that everybody would want at the park.
You don't think people would want a build your own hamburger mascot costume? Just stuff it yourself, and then
or build your own smelly Bob's Burger apron and dress it up with mustard and ketchup. And
authentic
grease.
grease.
Build your own Mort's crematorium.
Oh no!
It's a one-stop shop.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
All right, Spencer, what's your third and final idea?
So my third pitch is Andy and Ollie's amazing and unbelievable adventure. Yes, it's spelled OLLN, like unbelievable, but with Ollie in the play. It's a Wild Mouse roller coaster a la Goofy Sky School, maybe meets a little Space Mountain to give you a little bit of an extra, oomph, a little more adrenaline, that takes place through a day in the life of these Pesto twins after creating art for Louise for the art crawl, because we know in the art crawl episode they were making all these different artworks for Louise. They're not the greatest drawers. I probably can draw as well as the Pesto twins can, but they're also cute and fun. But the queue and loading station features many different artworks created by Andy and Ollie from Art Crawl, as well as many other episodes and ideas, with the two talking about what their pictures look like or remind them of in voiceover. Like, oh, this reminds me of that one time when we put macaroni in our nose, or, whatever, because they're fun and interesting characters. I love them. Then guests approach the ride vehicle, which is a vehicle shaped like a green or blue colored pair of shorts, because we know Andy and Ollie have a very specific set of shorts that they wear. And it seats 3 people in the front, 3 people in the back, where they embark on a journey through the mind of Andy and Ollie, featuring voiceover, colorful projections, and near misses as the shorts cars go rogue like a wild mouse. So it's like a hybrid, dark ride roller coaster wild mouse.
So it's a wild mouse ride. The only reason it's like Space Mountain is that it's indoors.
Correct. Well, it's kind of like roller coaster. It's like a roller coaster.
Well, I got confused because I thought when you said Goofy Sky Coaster, I was imagining that it was kind of both, half indoor, half outside.
I thought that was all outside, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why the Space Mountain was kind of thrown in there too. Because
he threw in two things that are. Is the Goofy one even a wild mouse ride?
Explain wild mouse ride. I don't familiar. Not
so a wild mouse ride.
It has the quick turns.
No, it's not a spin. It's you're in a car, but it's they tend to be very compact and have a lot of sharp turns. It feels like your car is going to almost fall off the track when you're making those turns.
That's a scary one too.
They are. They are.
Yeah,
they can be, especially if you can see everything. So
Goofy Sky School does have those sharp turns,
but they're great because they take up. They're small, usually a small space, so they're good to fit into a park because they're just tall.
And then how are the shorts working for the carts? The shorts are
they're the ride vehicles.
Visually trying to, they're the ride vehicles, right? So I'm like,
how I pictured it is like it's like they're sideways, right? And so the front half is like one leg, and the back half is the other leg, with like the center, crotch
center being the crotch
is like the center of it. So you're on either side of the shorts facing sideways, but you're facing forward, but the shorts are facing sideways. So there's almost like there's 2 levels. So if I could draw it, it'd be a lot easier, but I can't.
That's a weird way to sit in shorts to begin with.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's Andy and Ollie's adventure. I mean,
why didn't you have the shorts sitting normally? I mean, it's weird that we're sitting in shorts, period. But if we're gonna sit in shorts.
I could see what he's going with though, because they oftentimes share the same clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
true.
Yeah, they do.
I could see how having 2 people in the same pair of shorts could be funny.
So it would be like one person per short leg.
No, it's a row of 3. So there'd be 3 people in the front, 3 people in the back.
So you'd have 3 people in one
6
leg,
people per short
and 3
leg.
people in the other.
Oh, I see. I see.
3 per leg, 6 per shorts.
Okay, I see what you're trying to. Okay, all right, and the shorts
the
are
crotch
like
is dividing them.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
What does the harnesses look like? What does the safety harnesses look like?
Oh, they're lap
the
bars.
bar.
Yeah,
lap bar. Yeah,
The
is it like
standard
underwear elastic.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That is good. I like that. Yeah.
Well, Spencer, well done this week. I will
Thank you.
say
That was really good.
Thank you.
Chose a topic that you knew some stuff about.
I know. I love Bob's Burgers.
All right, Chris.
Oh boy.
Take it away. Remember, you're fighting for Oliver's honor today. Make him proud.
Or don't.
Man. Or don't. Let's see what I got. So in contrast to Oliver and what is typically known to most of the audience as one of the 3 who's not as well versed in the subject matter, today I am not Oliver, Spencer. Sorry, I am the Spencer for today. I don't know too much about Bob's Burgers. I am familiar with it, but I haven't watched a lot of it. So this past week, I've been watching a few episodes recommended to me. So
and it's a great show. It's a great show.
I understand that. I just haven't gone around to it, and I've been meaning to. It's just one of those I've never got.
It's a lot of catching up to do.
I'm gonna just dive in. So
You're really standing strong for Oliver.
yeah,
going
yeah.
That's usually
Yeah,
how my intro is, so it's fine.
You're welcome, Oliver. All right. So first attraction is going to be I call Ocean Avenue. It's the Bob's Burgers equivalent of Disney's Main Street and or food court. It will have facades of recognizable businesses like the crematorium and actual food locations that will serve staple foods in each location. But the names of the food places will have food puns that will change weekly. So the signs will be digital. They'll be changed weekly just to give it some variety. I've made a small list of several possible options. I have halal in order, myself, and Rye bakery and sweet shops, Tagliolini Urit, Frozen Yogurt Meditation and Froyo Emporium, Gods and Heroes, and Where in the World is Ramen San Diego?
Ah.
Wow.
Hold on. Your
The
restaurants
puns are strong.
Your restaurants are going to change weekly.
Just the name, the actual food they sell, same thing, but a different pun on the same type of food, just to give it some variety.
You're only going to hear those puns once. Next week, you'll never hear them again.
Still rotate
How many
monthly.
ramen puns can you come up with?
You would
that's
be
a ton.
surprised. I don't have any
Ramen-
more prepared, but
Ramen Lama Ding Dong.
right, exactly. There's a ramen place in
Ray
Central
Rameno.
Market. There's a ramen place in Central Market called Ramen Hood, which I thought was great. So there are others that
Ramen
we have
Hood, I
to
like that.
think about for a while. So yeah,
You remind me of a girl that I once
thank
knew.
you, Spencer, for proving that there are many copious amounts of ramen based puns.
You're just gonna be
You're
like,
welcome for all the ideas.
Some weeks they're gonna be like, oh, these sound like good, fun places to go to, and some you're gonna like, I don't know about that pun. That just doesn't sound.
Not a good one this week.
The ramen brands with their classic "I'll be there for you."
I was wondering where you were going with it. Because I was wondering if the crematorium was going to be selling like ice cream or something like that, or
Oh, that's
I
a
didn't
good
think about
idea.
that. I just thought it was one of those facades you could look into, like
Yeah.
in Disney.
Uh-huh.
That's a terrifying idea. Yeah, come get your crematorium ice cream.
ice crematorium.
That's a
Oh,
cool
boy.
idea, actually. And all the
Yeah,
all
you
the
could have
little
like
bowls.
little caskets with
Yeah.
like frozen ice cream
Give me a
bodies
second. I'm
or
taking
something.
some notes real quick.
Get like a little like dusting on top of some sort of
Mhm.
like sprinkle that you ground up and just looks.
Looks
Yeah.
like ashes.
Ashes.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys! I'm telling you,
It's a
I think
money
we're-
maker.
brainstorm.
It is a
could be like,
money
Welcome to
maker.
Morris.
Hey, crushed Oreo cookies or whatever. Just really crush them.
Yes, exactly.
On the
You have more
inside,
chocolate
too,
chip.
on the inside of the ice cream shop, it could be like an oldsy timesy ice cream parlor too, instead of it actually looking
Just
like
imagine
what it does
imagine
in
one
the
of the
show.
the casket is where you store the ice cream. So you open the casket to scoop
Yeah.
out ice cream.
This would be great if it was your idea, Chris. It would be great.
Oh, I know. I completely understand. It's not mine, but I love the idea.
All right. So your first idea is Ocean Avenue.
Is a
which
land.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's like it's
street-
your little Main Street food.
It's your Main Street food court.
Yeah.
Man, it's a food court. Okay.
Yes.
Which I
yes.
didn't pitch this week.
Is that what Main Street would be considered? Would it be considered a food
I
court?
wouldn't consider
Because
it a
that does
food court.
both.
but
I consider it a
apparently Chris
street.
would.
Yeah.
street?
I mean, they've got actual stores, but this is just gonna be mainly food. This is the idea I came up with.
Yeah, it's like what's the place like Rodeo Drive? It's like a Rodeo Drive, like Main Street. It's just like it's like a place where there's stores.
Imagine like Rodeo Drive, but it was all food places.
It's the Rodeo Drive
food
of food
court.
courts.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Rodeo Drive
yes,
food courts.
That's the
Exactly.
tagline. That's the tagline.
Rodeo Drive.
Oh,
Uh,
that could be the Lord of the Rings one.
Yes, love it. I love it.
All right, what's your second pitch?
The second pitch. So I'm sad I didn't go first because Spencer brought it up first, but I'm still going to pitch it because it's still very fun. It is based on the dinner. That was it. The hamburger dinner theater episode. It's going to be at the end of the street is the Bob's Burgers, much bigger, but then like on top of the Bob's Burgers sign will be the hand-drawn Dreamatorium sign from the theater that Linda created for that episode. Inside, it will be a sit-down 30-minute show with burgers served for your food, either meat-based or vegetarian-based if you care for it. There will be other options for those who don't want a burger, but it'll be a 30-minute show a la the Hyperion Theater in California Adventure.
Shep.
Yeah. So
yes. I don't know why I said Shep.
Shep.
I was gonna say sure is and yep, and so it came up as Shep.
Keep
trying it out.
Yep, he is.
It'll be a
Did it work?
Theatrical Thrills merch.
We're gonna use it from now on.
Yeah, there you go. Your catchphrase.
Shep.
So yeah, it's gonna be like every hour and a half. There'll be a 30-minute show. You sit down, you get your food, you watch the show. The show is Linda and the kids and various like ensemble performing the songs from the TV show, which can also be reskinned for Christmas with all the Christmas episodes that they had. And then so Linda will be the host. The kids will be there, and then I was thinking like a small window off to the side, and you can see Bob cooking the burgers and then chiming in whenever Linda calls out to him.
So like, is Bob like the window to the side? Bob's like a real person cooking burgers back there.
Yeah, he never stops.
It's like a real cook.
The grill cook will be pulling double duty, playing Bob and helping cook burgers. That's what I envision in my head.
I feel like Bob in this case would literally be like, it's like if he's actually like doing the real cooking, and it's like Linda's like, Bob, and then he goes, what? Burgers. Those are my impressions of the Bob's Burger characters. Let's ignore everything I just did.
It's pretty good.
If I were to work in the food service industry at a theme park, what I want to do is also be part of a show while being responsible for cooking everybody's food as well. I think
Talk about pressure.
Hey, that's going to be up to the person who applies to decide if they want to do it. But that's what we're looking for, is specifically someone who wants to cook and do a passable impression of Bob from Bob's Burgers.
Well, that's the thing, is finding someone who can both cook burgers very well and also be a similar style and voice to Bob. Because I'm sure that person's out there. That's not H. John Benjamin, but
like,
I'm
they
sure
can't
that
do the voice.
it's out
We
there.
can always do a recording, and he'll just like push a button and just mouth the responses, if anything else. You know,
because I remember Universal had that Marvel restaurant.
Oh,
Did you guys ever hear about that? They had
Yeah.
like a
It was
Marvel
over-
restaurant for like I think
the one in Orlando.
Well, there was one in Orlando, and then there was one in LA for a hot second, because I remember going there and seeing a guy dressed up as the Hulk that was serving, meals and stuff like that. And then
Marvel- it was like
Spider-Man.
Marvel-
Spider-Man was like the host,
Superhero Cafe
Oh,
or something
man.
like that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, man.
So it would be just average everyday people having to dress like Bob's characters and play those parts, right?
I think just the characters on stage will be like actual performers. Yeah, and then like I guess like the servers could be like have a little Bob's Burgers. He has no staff in the cartoon. I'm aware of that, but there'll be extra staff they hired for this event.
His kids are his staff, so you can just
Yeah.
have child labor.
Yeah, I
Hey,
was gonna say,
perfect.
unless like Luis, Tina, and Jean are all like, even though they're like part of the show, they're like also the ones bringing the food, and it's like, oh, I gotta go get the order, Mom. Oh, that's my Jean impression.
What's the smallest number of staff members we can have working this?
Let's
Just
see.
doing the show and everything. It's just the Belcher family.
It's going to be the equivalent of Dames at Sea, that one musical that makes fun of the big musicals, where there's like 5 people in the show. You ever heard of it? It's
no.
Okay.
Which one? Which one?
Dames at Sea.
Oh yeah. Dames at Sea, where
Yeah.
there's a lot of tap dancing. Is that only a 5-person show?
It's a 5-person show. Yeah, that's the joke. It's because it's making fun of those big old. Yeah, that's the original version of it.
I thought there were like 11
All right.
people in that show.
Third pick.
So, from down the street from the Dreamatorium, as per the layout of the of the street in the show, we see what's it called? Wonder Wharf. And Wonder Wharf will be the area where there'll be rides and or games. This one in particular, you can ride is called Luis's Fever Dream, which is based on the episode 1 of season 7 of Fluis, where Luis gets sick and has a fever dream with her Kuchikopi doll guiding her and having her other stuffed animals stopping her, saying you can't go up to that secluded fortress because it's a bad place, and her slyly getting past all of them. It'll be a dark ride, in the same vein as what I call Winnie the Pooh's Acid Trip, but it's actually called The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh at Disneyland.
I love that ride.
It is a trip, guys.
It is with the heffalumps.
Yeah.
And then when you're bouncing in the Tigger section, and then the rain comes down, the rain. I love that ride.
Winnie the Pooh ride at Disneyland?
It's like, I think we're nearby Splash Mountain.
Yeah,
like in a weird like corner.
It's like Critter Country or Frontierland or something.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of like black lights.
Splash Mountain. If you're walking from the Haunted Mansion to Splash Mountain,
it's like tucked away California. By itself. Yeah.
It's
near
like
the Bear Cafe.
I remember that. The Bear Cafe. I love that cafe.
I love that ride.
You're in a honey pot, and you're just going on a trip with Pooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, really? I never went on that ride.
It's crazy. Lots of black light, lots of like, because he's like having a dream in that thing, right? That's
it's the same style as like Peter Pan or
the Cat in the Hat,
Snow White.
Well, Splash Mountain is kind of like acid trippy too, I feel like.
Just to keep the track of like the fever dream, you will be in a cart on a track. The cart is shaped like a what's the fever syrup, the cough medicine that they were trying to feed, like a NyQuil type bottle. They were trying to feed Luis to get her to feel better. So it'll be a sideways bottle, in the shape of a cart. I know how ridiculous it sounds, but it's just in the same vein as Winnie the Pooh. You'll be riding that. It'll go through a track. You'll be experiencing all the points of her fever dream story, going through the forest, seeing the stuffed animals trying to stop her, going through the swamp, trying to go up the hill, and the finale of the fever dream, the good I keep remembering the name of it, Kuchikopi, the good Kuchikopi doll. Will be like, no, Luis, you need to be open to people, and you'll wake up from the dream with all your family, and you'll exit the ride. That's the whole thing. And it'll exit through the gift shop, like many good rides will do. And in the gift shop, you will be able to purchase whatever Bob's Burgers merch you'd like, including stuffed versions of Luis's stuffed animals, including
medicine.
And medicine.
Yeah. So your ride vehicle is a NyQuil bottle, essentially.
It is. Yes, it is.
On its side,
it's called Floozy. I did look it up.
This feels like an adult ride.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like a kid type ride. All right, kids, we're going on to have a fever trip.
Well, look at Winnie the Pooh. You should have seen that one. That's ridiculous. So why not?
Yeah, but it's very subtle on its fever trip. You're just like, we're going on a fever trip.
This is what I've pitched. It's for all ages. That's what I had intended. I also have
like Burger's owned by Disney now. It's going to be family friendly.
I'm sure there'll be changes once it goes up the food chain, but we'll come to it when we come to it.
You sound exactly like Oliver. That's not my problem. They can deal with it. I just create it.
Yeah, this is what they have to work with. They can change it however they see fit.
I'm going to give you my pitches. All right.
Let's go.
My pitches for Bob's Burgers. So Bob's Burgers, great show. I'm most connected with Bob's Burgers because of my sister-in-law, who may never actually listen to this podcast because she keeps saying she will. She keeps saying. So I'm calling her out.
Do it.
But anytime I've ever spent time with my sister-in-law, it seems like she's always watching Bob's Burgers. I think that's the only thing she does watch.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And so I drew inspiration from that, and I thought to myself, well, if I was as dedicated of watching all these episodes. She knows the town. You want to be a part of it. And so I drew inspiration from Simpsons Land at Universal Studios, Orlando, and also in Hollywood. I'm drawing inspiration from that in that I want you to feel like you are entering the world that is Bob's Burgers. So I too also have an Oceans Avenue. However, my Oceans Avenue is a street that is not a food court. On Oceans Avenue, we will have Bob's Burger right in between the funeral home and crematorium. And next to Bob's Burger is going to be a store with a digital sign that'll always change daily to just be a random different store, because that's one of the bits of Bob's Burgers is that store next door is always changing. So we'll just have a sign there so that it can digitally just change and advertise like it's a different store every single day you're coming into the park. Across the street, we'll have Jimmy Pesto's Pizzeria. Some other stores we'll have are the Hi-Fi Emporium, Yours Truly Stationery, the First Oceanside Savings Bank, and Reflections, which will sell Gail's sort of artwork. And then at the end of the street will be our Wonder Wharf. So this is my first sort of attraction, is I want you to feel like as you walk in, you're able to be a part of the street. Sort of like when you walk into Hogsmeade for the first time for Harry Potter, or if you walk into Springfield for The Simpsons, where you feel like I'm in this world. Another example is Cars Land at California Adventure. Like it feels like you're in that world. And so I want that to be an attraction. So it's going to have the vibrant colors, a mixture of shops, as well as the food options with the Jimmy Pesto's Pizzeria is an easy way for us to have another food option in addition to Bob's Burgers.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Because you've pitched your street as Oceans Avenue, and Chris pitched his as Ocean Avenue.
I have it written as Ocean Avenue.
Okay. Well, then never mind. Strike it from the record.
Because I keep thinking Ocean's 11.
I was thinking Ocean Avenue, like the yellow card song.
The yellow card, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
My second attraction, which I'm kind of surprised that I got to go third, and I'm the only one that came up with this attraction.
So either it's a great idea or a not so good one.
Is Bob's Burger. No one has you actually being able to go in the restaurant of Bob's Burger.
I thought it was implied with Oceans Avenue, like you would go into the Bob's Burgers and that would be.
No, they each had their restaurants, but they redesigned their restaurants to be theater shows.
Yeah, he's right.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So mine is going to actually be Bob's Burger. I want that sort of diner feel that he has now. And obviously it's a theme park. We're going to need more space. So what I'm going to do is Bob's Burgers sort of expanded rooms, sort of like at Springfield, where you go into the Krusty Burger and you can sort of just walk into the other different restaurants that are a part of it. That's where you're going to be able to walk into sort of other dining rooms. So some of the stores that we won't be able to really sell anything, like the crematorium, which is next door, or the store that is always changing, those are actually going to be other dining rooms that they've sort of just tore a hole through and they've expanded because Bob's Burger's gotten big. So you'll be able to eat among the caskets.
That must be season 15.
Yeah.
Well, you have a theme park based around it. It's got to get big now.
Oh, wait. It would still be designed as the crematorium?
Yes. But there will be tables and stuff in it.
Don't even move your stuff, guy. Mort. Just get out of here.
So it'll still be like he's still running his business. We're just also pushing some tables in there, and you can eat around it. So like some of the tables will be designed like the caskets. So you'll be like sitting on stools with the cat like on top of the sort of a
I like to imagine one of those like collectible plastic like jugs for soda, but it's like in the shape of an urn with a straw coming out.
I mean, there's an apartment at Mort's.
The other building, because it's a business that's always changing, is going to just always seem like it's going to be designed to be like it's always under construction, or that people are always moving in or moving out and you never know. So it'll be like just stacks of boxes and tools and stuff, like it's being redone for whatever this new building that's coming in, this new business. And what I think is going to be fun is because I want to have actual I don't want to try and hire someone to pretend to be Bob's Burgers. I want you to be able to see them and be a part of it. Is we're going to have behind the diner. There's that sort of the window back into the kitchen. For us, though, that's going to be an actual digital screen that you'll be able to see Bob and Linda and Tina and Jean and Luis all working in the kitchen, interacting and stuff, and leaving the kitchen and coming back. I want at one point for Bob to just get frustrated, to go away, and then you just kind of can hear him in one of the walls. Because I think that'd be fun of him from the episode where he's just trying to get away from spending time with the in-laws and stuff. You know, he's got his hiding spot in the wall. And so I want to have that sort of feel. That way you get the sort of cartoon feel. You can look over, you can see them working in the kitchen together. Everything's going to be able to be passed through the heater doors and the windows so that you don't have to see them actually making the food in the back. You just see the cartoons making the food.
You know, that I think you will have to go and take a tour if you can ever do it to the studio where they make Bob's, because they have a break room that's designed to look like Bob's Burgers, and you will be living your fantasy on this, because they do have the window and they have like a big screen there, and Bob is doing all that and fixing burgers, and it's really, really cool. It's very, very immersive. So that's a really awesome idea. And
so it exists already. Cool. It exists already.
It exists, but it's not directly like laid out exactly like the Bob's we see in the show.
So practical.
I think it's a dope idea. I would definitely want to see more immersive moments like that in every sort of cartoon themed.
And then the other thing I had is it would sell basic burgers as well as a rotating menu of specialty burgers, because the pun burgers are the big thing. I haven't decided how often the menu would rotate. You'd probably have 2 specialty burgers that would then rotate out every couple weeks. Because you are working at a theme park, you got to order in bulk of things and stuff like that. We want to make sure that the people can make the burger for a while. I know Disney, their hot dog place, does like weekly seasonal sort of hot dogs, where each week it's changing what the type of specially and add Magic Kingdom. Spencer, you're giving me a look.
What? I didn't even know that. First of all, I didn't know there's a hot dog place at Magic Kingdom. But secondly, that
I forget what it's called, but it's very popular.
I'm gonna look it up.
Do they only have
it's right on Main Street. It's like the last place on Main Street before you enter into the sort of town square, the where the statue is and all that, and
like a hot dog hideaway.
Middle of the sprocket.
They have one at California Adventure, I believe, right?
I think
don't
so.
They have one?
I can only think of the corn dog places for some reason.
Oh, maybe it's the corn dog place.
What about rotating corn dogs? Like different flavored bread.
So anyways,
thing.
Oh,
different flavored bread. It's no longer a corn dog then, Spencer.
What's it? The corn breading. What is that called?
You know why it's called a corn dog? Because of the corn breading on
inside
inside
cornbread.
So it
yes.
wouldn't really be called a corn
corn
dog.
breading.
It has to have the corn breading. Just I guess,
Yeah,
food
so you
coloring.
you can't change out the bread.
No. I mean, it could be like a rosemary.
What if you
bread,
stuffed it?
Or like
You could have like
a
brownie batter, maybe.
Don't know about that.
Hot dog on a stick and just stick it in brownie batter.
Sweet and savory right there.
All right. Any questions before we go into the third attraction?
Bring it.
So as I described, Ocean Avenue is going to end also with Wonder Wharf. Wonder Wharf is great because it's a great way for us to be able to expand for future rides, as well as have just add easy rides. A big example of this is Universal Studios Despicable Me area, where they have their sort of motion ride and stuff like that, but they have the park right next to it, the sort of Playland
The water
park
play
or whatever.
place?
whatever it's called, like that they drew inspiration from the movie. I'm going to do something like that for Wonder Wharf. So since I'm only allowed to pitch one attraction, the main attraction at Wonder Wharf that I'm going to have to start off with is the Scream I Cane roller coaster. The great thing about this is the roller coaster is already designed and is a part of the show. So I don't have to design anything special. I have to rebuild the roller coaster. The one difference I am going to make, though,
That's so not fair.
the one difference I am going to make, though, is this is going to be a wooden steel hybrid coaster, and not just a straight
So it
wooden
is
coaster
different.
as it is in
By
the
one thing.
in the show. The reason for this is wooden steel roller coaster, sort of the new big thing. In helping to help, especially that you get that wooden roller coaster feel, but the smoothness of the steel coaster, and they hold up better over a longer period of time. Wooden coasters, I tend to avoid unless they're brand new, because
Same
oh
here.
my gosh, you get whiplash and a headache.
Like Colossus, Magic Mountain. That one. was
But
fun.
the Twisted Colossus at Magic Mountain, which is a hybrid,
That's a lot.
wooden steel hybrid now, because they had done a complete redesign. It used to be just wooden, and then they did a complete redesign
Because
and
it goes
made
upside
a
down
wooden
now.
steel
Jesus.
hybrid. It goes upside down.
Twice.
Great
You go through the whole thing
It's a-
twice.
Oh man.
It's so good. It's anybody listening, if best roller coaster. So yeah, the Scream and Cane roller coaster. I mean, the layout's already designed for me, guys. It works. It works. I'm just gonna
I don't
make it
know if
run a little bit
The
smoother.
work's already done for
I don't
you.
know if that's fair.
The work's
It's
already
not-
done for me.
This show's not
So
fair,
we're
Chris. This show's not fair.
The work is look. I pulled from my resources.
I'm surprised you didn't just like pitch 3 rides from Wonder Wharf, including the
I was
Mr.
going to.
Goyer carousel.
Before we get to our awards, let's do a quick recap in order of our spiels. Spencer, what are your 3 attractions?
Ship. I got. I was trying, anyway. I had Hamburger Dinner Theater Bar and Grill featuring Jurassic Parm. I had BYORE, Build Your Own Rabbit Ear Station, and I had Andy and Ollie's Amazing and Unbelievable Adventure with the Shorts vehicles.
Chris, your 3?
Ocean Avenue, the food court / street, where you get to see all the pun-based staple food places you can eat at. There is the Bob's Burgers Dreamatorium show, half-hour show review of the music from Bob's Burgers. And then we have Luis's Fever Dream, the Fever Dream ride, dark ride that is in a was it a floozy bottle?
Flu-Z. It's a
Floozy
floozy bottle.
Flu-Z bottle.
It's like
Yeah.
Z-Quil, but for flu. So Flu-Z. Which is actually really funny because I never noticed that. And like this is what I love about Bob's Burgers is there's so many little things that you don't pick up on until you like go back and rewatch. And that's funny. That's so funny. And I didn't know that, and I've seen that episode a bunch of times.
Yeah, we like to hide a lot of little funny gags and whatnot, and backgrounds and
I do
characters and
appreciate
stuff.
that.
Yeah, it's
little
fun.
Easter eggs make things a lot more enjoyable.
Also, just to give a quick shout out to Chris on that, the Coochie Kopi is one of I would say one of the staples, like the iconic toys or elements of Bob's Burgers. So props to you to actually throw that in there.
And then my 3 again were Ocean Avenue, the street, Bob's Burgers, and then Scream I Cane roller coaster. So now comes the hard part, Tivo. You get to award a bronze, silver, and gold for our 3 categories. You can give the same award to the same ride. Like you can give all the awards to one ride. You give them to all the same person. You can give them however you want. There are no rules other than you have to give the awards.
If you do award me anything, even though it technically goes to Oliver, if you specifically say Chris gets the points, not Oliver, Oliver won't get the points. That's what I understand.
I'm
right?
okay with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right, I think I got it.
All right, so the first category then is going to be creativity. For bronze for creativity, what do you got?
Buddy, I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna have to go with you. I think I'm gonna have to go with the bronze for the creativity aspect of it. I love the idea of going into a Bob's. I like the idea of being able to go on the Screamatorium. I don't know whether or not I would want to see a different kind of approach to the roller coaster in general. Like, I don't know if I would want to ride on that exact type of ricketiness, or the hybrid aspect I think is cool.
Are you giving it to his entire pitch?
I think I'm just giving it to that one. Am I supposed to be giving it to the entire pitch?
You can give it to the entire pitch. You can give it to the individual ride. I have
You
the
can do whatever you
bronze
want.
creativity, the blanket bronze.
Oh, I was just going to do the individual ride, but
So the bronze is for Screamacane, right?
for Screamacane, but I'd say all of them, I'd say a bronze for creativity.
3 bronze.
Does it work that way, Brad?
I'll take it. These were not my most creative.
Maybe
Alright,
a silver
what
for
is your silver for
Ocean's
creative?
Avenue. I'll give it a silver for Ocean's.
All right, so I got a silver for Ocean's Avenue. So what's your gold then? What's your gold for creativity?
To be honest, I really like the build your own ears station. I thought that was really clever, because we've all been pitching kind of, the same kind of like food court type of thing, or street, or some sort of dinner adventure. I think it's nice, or a like literal ride to jump on. But I think it was nice to have something that is more specific to what people's experiences, and grabbing something and bringing it back with them. And I always feel like the ears is huge for fans. They love that thing. And to have different colors and different patterns, I think that also keys into everybody's personality and love for the show. So I think that's cool. I thought that was a really, really good idea.
I agree. I think
So
it was a great idea,
kudos
Spencer.
to you.
Hey,
Kudos to
thanks.
Spencer with the gold. Which brings us now to practicality. So practicality of the bronze.
I don't know about the pants thing. The pants thing was a little bit. I love the idea, but it just sitting in pants is the practicality of it. I'm trying to see how people would be strapped in there. It is Andy and Ollie. It is super creative. That's why I'm give you gold across the board for creativity, because I think it was amazing. But the practicality of it seems a little bit iffy to me. But I like it. I like
All right,
so
you get the bronze of practicality goes to your shorts ride.
Okay.
I think so. Sorry, dude.
Silver in practicality.
I do like the dinner theater aspect on yours, Chris. I thought that was fun. And also involving the family a little bit more. But also, I guess, people dressing as the family, I think, is really interesting. Might be kind of weird, like adults dressing as the kids.
But I mean,
No, I'm just I'd say I think it would be really, really fun either way. I definitely give you the silver on that one.
yes.
All right, so Chris takes the silver.
Yes.
And then finally gold for practicality.
Gold for practicality. Now, can I go back to another person?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can give the awards however you want.
Gold. Okay, I will, Brett. I will give you the gold on the practicality aspect of having a Bob's Burgers in.
Of having a Bob's Burger.
In the Bob's Burgers theme
Because I
land,
do
I'm the only
agree.
one-
I do agree. I know it's kind of an easy go-to, but I'm surprised nobody else thought of like.
Well, I thought of all the puns. And that guy
The
didn't.
puns.
So
The puns
I
were good.
also came up with
Perfectly. We still have one more category that is guest favorites. So you
Guest
get to
favorite.
determine however you want to award these points.
So
A guest favorite, so bronze.
I'll probably say the Wonder Wharf idea.
All right, so I'll take bronze on that.
Oh man, I'm being put on the spot here. I'm sorry, guys.
What silver for guest favorite?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to say Chris's idea. I like the idea of the marquees changing constantly. I think that's an interesting idea. It's interesting just because I think it's going to make it feel fresh and a different experience for the people coming there every single time. And it could give you opportunities to use different types of gags from the show to kind of intertwine into it.
All right, Chris takes the silver,
me.
which leaves us to gold for guest favorite.
So, Spencer, I will give you the gold on the dinner theater aspect of it. I thought your dinner theater was a little bit more detailed on the specifics of good Bob's Burger lore, and I think that was awesome.
Sweet. I'll take it.
No, I think it was great. Obviously, the Jurassic Park pun gets me every time, so that wins for me.
And it's so funny because I didn't know that story. I literally had Jurassic Parm, and I asked my roommates, I'm like, which ones are the funniest? We're like, Jurassic Parm for sure. And then you said that story, and I was like, I have to say this.
It's my favorite movie, so I definitely have
good one.
to. I have to go with that. You know, that definitely wins brownie points for me.
Well,
Sweet.
there you have it.
I'll dip it in a corn dog. I'll dip it in a hot dog with brownie points.
Well, that has been our show, Theoretical Thrills. Devo, thank you so much for being a guest here. This has been a blast.
Thank
do
you,
you have
guys.
anything you'd like to pitch before we close out?
Well, I'm glad you guys are big fans of Bob's Burgers. It makes me proud to know that you know, the work is loved, and it's a show that feels like it's never going to stop. So that's great. That the work will be living forever. But I have a new show that's coming out on Thursday of next week.
Yeah, you do.
Ooh.
Or this upcoming week. It's called Final Space.
Yes.
And that's on Cartoon Network. And that will be our premiere for season 3 of the show. So I'm the art director of the show, and it's a big passion project of mine. So I'm really excited, and I think everybody's gonna really dig the work that we did this season.
Chris loves that show.
Yes,
Chris
I
loves
do.
that show.
I do. It was a very
Awesome.
fun show.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max now, so that's good.
Well, congrats on that, man. It's
Thank
exciting.
you. Yeah, thanks for
congrats.
having me, guys. I really
All right,
appreciate
well-
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
Thank you so much. Once again, that's been Theoretical Thrills. I've been Brad.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Chris.
it. And I'm Devo.
Have a wonderful day.
See ya.
Did you enjoy the episode you just watched? Feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And if you have an interpretation of an idea based on the theme of the week, feel free to tag us on social media with hashtag Theoretical Thrills, and we may feature your ride and attraction on the show.
Theoretical thrills, the theory of the thrill.